Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to Rhadamant Plays Stationeers Venus, the very first episode, which originally aired live on Twitch. Let's get started. I think last time I played Stationeers briefly, I played on Vulcan, so today we're going to be playing on Venus. So we'll start off on Venus. If you have any questions about Stationeers, there is the About command. That is a pretty lengthy command, but it will give you all the information you probably need. So, the basic scenario settings of Venus, it's survival mode, so, dead is dead, so on and so forth. The temperature is 98C to 544C. That's a little hot. The solar energy is 100% of Earth, which is odd because it should be higher. Well, I guess there's an atmosphere on Venus, so it's a bit of a balance of it's closer to the sun, but it has a thicker atmosphere. I don't know. The gravity is about 91% of Earth, which I believe is true in real life, which is pretty cool. The pressure is 159 kPa, so high pressure. I don't think as high as what Venus is IRL, but that's because Stationeers isn't really set up for Venus-like atmospheres, so this is a simulated Venus with a lot less atmo. And then the solar angle is 0, much like the moon, so it actually makes that easier. But certainly Venus is not easy mode, and in fact, down here they'll say, the extreme temperatures and ultra-high pressures make Venus no place for the faint-hearted. Only the most accomplished Stationeers will survive on our once sister planet, now a barren rock. Dig deep or go home. All right. As you can see up here, if I can point to it, well, sort of point to it, the current project is just basic shelter. Eventually, once I'm sort of set up, I'll be taking ideas from you all about projects to do, but I don't know what that time is. Obviously, right when I start, it is going to be critical for me to just survive. All right, let's get at it. And here, a beautiful picture of Venus, so we know what to expect. Fires and tragedy, apparently. So we start off. I am not going to have a lot of time to explain exactly what I'm doing, given the mass rush for shelter. But I gotta figure out. Yeah, here we go. I gotta figure out exactly where north, east, southwest is, given the sun's path, and then find a spot that I like to lay out the base. And this is nice and flat, so I'm going to. Oops, I didn't actually mean to do that. I'm going to line my airlock north-south so as to not block the sun. And then I'm going to lay out a 3x3 sort of shack cabin like this. And then the back walls here, I'm going to set up as structure walls, and you'll see why eventually. So that is the basic layout. Let's put the frames in my pack. All right, next up, we're going to grab the iron sheets, and I'm also going to grab batteries, spare batteries somewhere. Here it is, because I am going to burn through my welder's battery like nobody's business. So here we go. This is the back wall. Let's not do that first. For all the people that are donating, thank you so very much. I will read through them in a minute. Right now, I'm fighting the inevitability of my death. If I do not get this constructed soon, I cannot survive during the day in Venus atmosphere, so I'm just rushing. But I will get to your donations. I really do appreciate them. I just don't want my first death to be immediate. I hope you understand. So welding once makes it structural, welding twice makes it airproof. There we go. I have welded. I have drained 2 batteries. Oh man, the glow of the light there made me panic for a second. Like the sun was already coming up, and I was like, all right, I guess I'm dead. But no, the sun's not coming up yet. So at this point, let's throw walls down. So let me find my wall segments, which are in one of these boxes. Here they are. And I'm going to be setting up iron windows so that we can appreciate the beautiful sun that is trying to cook us alive. Come on, here we go. If you want me to adjust any volume, I know the music's kind of loud. I might turn that down once I have a free moment. But the Stationeers soundtrack is much to be desired, so I decided to get some DLC or DMCA free music instead. So this is DMC free music that I sourced. Some peaceful ambient type stuff to offset the hard arrhythmia inducing complexity of Stationeers. Yeah, it's a little loud. Yeah, I can't turn it down right now because I would die, but I will turn it down once I have the chance. So this is all landing pad, trade stuff, air scrubbers I don't really need. Let's put my credit card in my uniform though. Boom. All right, I don't need the water just yet. Now, I did start with a oxygen tank and a water tank, which is good. Let me put the extra battery away. Ooh, no. That goes in my backpack, not rolling on the ground. Here is the door kits. That's what I was looking for. And make sure they're composite doors. There we go. I'll get them welded in a second. Oh god, it looks like the sun is coming. Now, right when the sun comes up, it's not going to be super hot, but cue the Outer Wilds end of the world music right now if I don't hurry, because there is no way I'm going to survive 500 Celsius heat. Gotta get this up, All right, welder. Put that away, grab my crowbar, throw this away. Did this get a window? Yes, it did. Okay, I think I'm inside. As you can see, there was really, let me double check every window. There was really no time to spare. As you can see, the sun's coming up. I have aligned my, oh god, I hope this is true. I believe I've aligned my base so the windows are east and west. And let me go to the yellow sun mode. There we go. The east and west alignment for hydroponics later on. And now there's literally nothing for me to do for like 10 minutes. So if you have any questions about the game, I can answer them, because I've crowbarred myself in here to protect myself from the Venetian, probably Venetian, right? It's probably Venetian atmosphere. I don't know what the adjective for Venus is. I'm gonna go with Venetian. Yes, we are very orangey red. Here we go. Yoda's also very, okay, there we are. So yes, indeed, we have aligned ourselves east and west. I did that, if you could see right, oh, I guess over here, you can see the angle I'm looking at. Right now, I'm at about 90 degrees. 90 degrees would be east, 0 would be north, 180 would be south, and 270 would be west. And the sun on Venus goes up across the sky and down at no solar angle. So if you remember, Vulcan sort of crested at a weird angle, whereas this sun will go straight overhead. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have enough time to get a basic solar power panel down, so I can't recharge anything while I'm sitting in here. I probably honestly had enough time to make a run for it and grab the stuff needed. I just didn't want to push it. So one of the reasons why not to push it is your tank, your waste tank will start to fill up with oxygen, perfectly good oxygen, because what your suit will do is it will dump hot oxygen into your waste tank to prevent you from, overheating. So if you are exposing yourself to extreme temperatures for a long time, you basically burn up a lot of oxygen. What is my upload schedule on YouTube? Just go to Rhadamant.com. It has everything. It has absolutely everything. So we're just sitting here in my beautiful 3x3. So the reason I made a 3x3 is it's pretty much as big as you can get away with without running out of resources. There's actually a little bit of iron, or no, it's nickel that I can like mine through the floor here awkwardly. Apparently can't hit that hitbox. Let me try it with the mining drill. Hello. Huh. Well, I can fix that later when when it's not super hot out. So if I tried to fix that now and I removed the frames from this or remove the iron sheets from this frame, I would expose myself to the external temperatures of Venus and, well, croak. Can I see the outdoor temperature? I will eventually set up a sensor to show me the outdoor temperature, but all the information down here is internals. So the external here at 100C, this 100C here is what my room is. It's not what Venus is. Given that Venus is about midday, it's probably about 500C outside. Yeah. So let's catch up. Oh boy, we had quite the little hype train kicked off. So Glitch, Fangface, Sky, Collective, Sunlight Reaper, Fangface, Glitch again, Sunlight Reaper again, Frank, Sky again, 3 more times, and 0. Welcome, and thanks for the hype train. So now we're midday, and I'm just waiting for time to pass. There's literally nothing I can do with that nickel, so I'll just toss it in the corner. Yeah, it's a pretty baked surface, isn't it? Pretty baked. Look, you guys, apparently, according to my Twitch, I've collected every single emote now. What's on the far right? So, on the far right, internal is the pressure of my suit and temperature of my suit. I can change these, mind you. And then the pressure in my jetpack. Oh, another thing to show you is what is Venus atmosphere. So if we take a look here, it is 93% CO2, 7% nitrogen, or N2, and a little bit of like pollutant, chlorine. And it's pressured at 121 kPa in this room. So some of the challenges I'm going to have is trying to get the base cooled enough that it can make water. That's definitely going to be a challenge. Toss a nickel to my Witcher. I wonder if I can toss this hard enough to break the windows. I hope not. But one interesting thing is most of the Stationeer orbital bodies, the celestial bodies or whatever you want to call it, that you colonize are low gravity. But Venus, of course, is 91% gravity of Earth. So 0.91 Gs or whatever. So the gravity here is a lot different than I'm used to, which is kind of nice. And I'm also very, very excited about the atmosphere being part nitrogen, because of course Earth has significant nitrogen in the atmosphere, like 78%. So I'll be able to use the atmospheric nitrogen in order to pressurize a base really nicely, because a lot of the other planets, or moons more like, not so much planets, that you can, well, some of them are moons, some of them are planets, don't really have a source of nitrogen. So you start with nitrogen as propellant in your suit here. So as you can see, this canister is just pure nitrogen, temperate nitrogen, but pure nitrogen. Most of the, if I settled on the moon, obviously there is no atmo. So if I wanted to pressurize a base with mostly nitrogen, it's really a pain to get that nitrogen for the base pressure. But here on Venus, I have a bunch. How much have you missed? 14 minutes and 46 seconds. And about 10 of those minutes is just me sitting in my little base, waiting for it to get cool out. So my plan is, once I'm able to go outside again, I want to get smelting. The primary 3 resources I'm going to need right off the bat: iron, well, okay, I gotta be careful about how I count. Iron, copper, and gold. Oh, I also said I was going to turn down the music, but I don't think it's as loud. I guess it's like a song-to-song basis. If you ever find it a little too loud, let me know. Yeah, just barely set up. Maybe I should throw in some BFG Division rip and tear Doom music and, you know, toss that into the playlist for some excitement. Give y'all a heart attack. So once I have an external temperature monitor, I'll be able to know exactly when it's safe out. But what I'm going to wait for is just like for the sun to dip low enough into the horizon. It's probably safe now. But of course, I can't get through these doors unless I change my belts, because I need a crowbar to open these doors. They're not powered yet. Is there new content? Yes, there's loads and loads and loads of new content. This game has been updated a lot. Like, last time I played a series, Venus wasn't even a planet that you could play on, so one way to check the temperature is for me to open this door. Okay, it's only at 134°C. That's totally fine. But, you know, you can open up your airlock, and then if it's too hot, you can always go back through the airlock. So I'm primarily looking for gold, iron, and copper. Gold looks like this. And I'll probably want about... Why am I not mining this? Come on. You bought this today, you're lost as hell? Well, you're in luck. I'm not the most experienced player of Stationeers, but I do know roughly what I am doing. Despite the fact that I don't seem to be able to mine any of this. This is really, really strange. I might need a save and load, because this is not what mining looks like. I just wanted to add, normally you deform the terrain, but for some reason or other, I can't. Alright, let me do that real quick. Because that didn't look right at all. Yeah, normally when you mine, it like Minecraft or any other voxel game, you actually deform the terrain, and for whatever... Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it's supposed to look like this, guys. That's why I restarted real quick, because I might be confused as to what was going on. So I'm only going to really mine up one stack of gold. So as you can see in the bottom left here, I have 39 of 50. A stack would be 50. And I'll get that smelted eventually. And it doesn't need to be exactly 50. Just roughly a stack is a good goal. Alright, so that's close enough. Now I'm going to be moving on to copper and iron. So copper is kind of a greenish, grayish tinge, this stuff. I also would highly suggest do not deform significantly the terrain around your base, because it will make it very, very treacherous for you to travel, especially in the dark. You don't want to cut giant holes that you can't get out of, especially without propellant. I've seen people, especially in multiplayer, do that, where they'll like dig as far deep and down as they can, and then, you know, if you're out of propellant, you can't even get out of it, which is pretty bad. Alright, so there's coal here, but I'm not too worried about coal just yet. Because of Venus and how easy it is to have solar power on Venus, coal would be necessary if I wanted to generate power via coal, but I don't need to. So I have all the iron I need. What I'm going to do is head back to my base. So that's another thing. Don't get lost. There is a tracker that you can set up. For me, I like to just use my noggin and kind of remember. Oh, and I should be on different lighting now that it's nighttime. I like to keep track of where I live and not set up the tracker, because the tracker does cost. It does cost a bit of a power that you're not going to have accessible early on. So now at this point, what I want to do is I want to start my smelting. So I'm going to grab the arc furnace that I start with, and let's put this away. I'll also get my solar power panel. So the solar power panel I'll set up here with the power point facing the base, as you can see. And then the arc furnace, I'm going to set inside. The reason I'm setting it inside is so that I can do stuff during the night or during the day. So I'll set this here where the power faces the wall. Then the next thing I want to do to get that up and running is get an APC. There's the APCs are right here. And APCs act as a bit of like a transformer and make sure the arrows face down. Then the APC is going to lead to a charger, and then we want to wire it up. So let's get the wires. And this should be a junction, oops, like that. And wire everything together. All right, now, let's finish the solar panel on the roof. Done. So now I will trickle power, but I will passively trickle power when the sun is out. Let me get my crowbar, pry these APCs open, so I can stick in batteries. So I'm going to switch my suit's battery at 72% for my full one and stick the battery that was in my suit in here. And then let me switch belts again. Oops, no, not like that. And stick the iron in first, turn it on, and turn it on here too, and smelt. Now this will outgas, so eventually I'm going to want my arc furnace outdoors, as keeping it indoors is adding poisonous gases to my base, but because my base doesn't have atmospherics yet, I don't care yet. So while that smelts, I'm going to be on the hunt for copper. Snap that back in. Because I mined up about 50 gold, which is a really good amount to start with, but I only mined up like 12 copper. Is that going to recharge my battery during the day? Yes, unless I'm using a lot of power. I will add a significant amount of solar power generation once I have some steel, but in my opinion, solar power is not worth it to invest in until you have a battery to put it in. And I'll be explaining that when I get there. I'm still working on basic shelter though, as that title up there informs you. It's a copper, iron, and a little bit of gold, like a 3-to-1 ratio. So like 3 times more copper and iron than gold is pretty much the starting resources. You can almost ignore everything else other than coal if you're relying on coal power. I'm probably never going to need coal power, so I don't need to worry about that. So I'm going to get a little extra copper here. And let's get on back to the base. You can kind of see the briefest of silhouettes. Oh, let's grab this dead battery. There we go. Never have enough copper, yeah. True words. All right, so here's my ingot of iron. Let's get my other ingots smelted. And then, while that's smelting, I'm going to start to bring things indoors. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. So, let's see. What is going to be important that I have indoors? The auto lathe, absolutely. Here's my oxygen and my water that I started with. The landing pad stuff I don't care about yet. Okay, that just basically the auto lathe. So the auto lathe is your first, like, construction bench, if that's how to think about it. So I am going to set this up here. For me to build this thing, I need 2 iron wall things. And let's switch belts. And weld it. Next up, I need 4 cable coils. Next up, I need plastic and my welder. And if you're new, this will take you a little bit longer. It's just, I've played long enough that I know how to make these things quick. All right, and then this is all set. This just needs power now. I don't care how it looks, I care how it works. So I'm gonna run my power like this. Splice it in. Ta-da! And let's stick my iron in there. I'm gonna force the copper out. Well, I have to queue that a little longer. It's not done smelting all the copper, but I want gold now. I'm impatient. Just give me that copper back and do the gold. Now, while I'm doing this, it's important to note that I am draining my backup battery. So it's important to sort of ration what you're doing. I'm also, like I said, I am adding weird gases. A little bit of O2, mind you. Some of the stuff I'm smelting outgasses O2. As you can see, there's trace elements of O2 here, but I am outgassing weird elements to my base here as I'm smelting. But because I'm not trying to plant anything and I'm keeping my suit on, it doesn't much matter. I'm okay. So the first thing I want to do is print the electronics printer, which costs 2 gold. Let me start that. Come on. Come on, out. And also, I'm going to close. It's becoming daytime, so we'll close that up. So one way to tell how much power you're generating is if you grab, let me grab a little water. I'm gonna probably consume the rest of this water bottle. Yep, it's gone. Yeah, it is dramatic music for sunrise. So if I open my tablet here and switch in the network analyzer will analyze how much power I'm currently generating. And at the moment, that number is 0, but it will go up. Another thing I could do is the portable solar panel. I could set this down, let's see, set it here, and I could stick a battery in that. The portable solar panels don't generate quick. Why do I have to close the door when the sun comes up? Because if the doors aren't closed, the atmosphere outside of this base gets to a point where I die if I'm in it. So if these doors stay open, I die. If these doors close, the inside of my base doesn't heat up. Basically, the concept is these windows and these walls have perfect insulation. It's weird. It's a weird thought, I know, but that's just how the game is set up. Let me turn it down a little. There. All right, so my solar panels are generating 6 watts and going up. 9 watts, 11 watts, 14, and so on and so forth. You can see it's the solar panel flat. It's currently making power. It's not really enough power to do much with yet, but come midday, it will be better. An insulation update would be cool. I like the pun. It would not be cool, though. Oh my god, it would be tough. So here's my electronics printer. I will stick this... Is there enough room for things? Yeah, I could stick it here. Yeah, that's not ideal. I need more room, but I will get more room soon. So I'll stick it there, and let's build this. So this requires iron sheets. And I'm going to stop smelting the gold for now, so that my battery can start recharging. So you can tell it's recharging because it's blinking green, blue, rather than green, red. Blue is charging, red is the opposite, draining. So now my solar panels are generating about 166 watts, and that 166 watts are going into this battery here. All right. Hello, electronics printer. Some cable coils. I'll splice it in already. And then it wants me to weld plastic. And a screwdriver. So the electronics printer is going to allow you to print, surprise, surprise, electronics. The auto lathe is able to print some basic electronics, like cable coils. If I could, well, here. Cable coils, but they don't do it fast. They do it very inefficiently and very slow. Or very slow, I should say, not inefficiently. And here, as you can see, this little battery has slightly charged. It was in the red before. If I pick it up, I can see, yeah, it's 40% charged. Because this here, let me put it more in the sun. This is collecting some solar power. So you can see it about 78% watt, or 78 watts or so. Is the ground airtight? It is. So if I removed this center tile here, I would not be exposed to vacuum. So you can hypothetically make a big old cave, but given that wall segments and given that everything's cost just like a little bit of iron, it's not cost prohibitive to build instead of cave. But if you like the aesthetics of a cave, have at it. So the other bench I want to make is the pipe bender. So pipe. So the primary 3 benches that you're going to need at the start is this auto lathe that you are given for free, the electronics printer, which prints electronics, and the pipe bender, which prints ventilation and plumbing. Those are the 3 big ones. This is some strange music for... I'm going to skip it. Strange music for Venus. Okay, we're at 400 watts and decreasing. It's decreasing because, of course, it's no longer midday, and our solar power panels aren't pointing towards the sun wherever it is. Where is the sun? Oh, straight overhead. Hey, fail. Also, if I wanted to charge this battery, I could by turning on the battery charger so that this small battery gets charged up as well. It will pull power from the large battery into the small battery, so it's just more storage. It's not better storage. Can I make rotating solar power panels? Yes. You can make them on the electronics printer. It's these, but they require steel. And I am not at the point where I'll be able to make steel. But even before you make larger solar panels, what you want to do is you want to also make a larger battery. So there's like a kit battery large, which stores the power, because there's really no point in generating a ton of solar power unless you can store it somewhere. So now I have 2 full batteries. Sweet. So that's another important point, is have somewhere to store the power to, because without being able to store the power, you can make all you want. It doesn't really help you at all, unless you can store it. So we'll have to get steel for that. Let me go through my tools and stick full batteries in them. There we go. I filled up all my batteries. My tablet also has a battery. I can fill that up. This, the tablet. That will fill up like in a second. How do I make steel? You make steel by mixing iron and coal in a 1 to 3 ratio, or 3 iron to 1 coal in a furnace. And I'll be doing that eventually. No issue with frozen temp? Oh, we're on Venus, so no. No issue with frozen temp. Just the very opposite, my friend. Everything is melting us. But it's probably almost cool enough to go outside. But I might as well sit this pipe bender. One of the things about these basic printers is they will keep printing and printing and printing forever until they run out of material. So if you're not careful, you could end up with like way more than you want. The other thing I need is I ran out of iron sheets when making my electronics printer. So let's make 2 iron sheets at the very least, so I can finish this this build. So there's 1 and 2. And it's built. I am getting hydration warnings, so I'm going to need to hydrate soon. But not quite yet. I'm also low on iron, and I'm going to start smelting. The iron is the cheapest metal to smelt in this game. You'd think it'd be gold, because gold in real life has a low, or lead. Gold or lead have very low melt temperatures, but in this game, iron is the cheapest because of game balance, pretty much. And a double hydrate. Luckily for me, I've got my my mug full of delicious tea. It is my it's a cheese mug actually today. Little Cheese Radar Deluxe on it. Okay, so the sun is definitely, it's been down low enough for a while now for me to be able to exit. And the first thing I'm going to want to do is hydrate in game 2. Let me turn on my flashlight. And I would say, where are my, oh, here's the waters. I would say getting the ability to fill my water bottles is probably the first critical project, so that I don't dehydrate to death. Now that the game just updated and they have now a hydration mechanic, and that's probably going to be my first big hurdle. The other thing I wanted to do is to make this base a little bit bigger. So I'm going to do that first, just so that I don't run out of space. Yo, get out of here. Don't block the door. So I'm going to expand this a little bit wider. Yeah. And this is going to obviously cost some iron. I don't think I'm going to go this way because of the mountain. I could mine out the mountain, but I'm going to have a semi-asymmetrical base. All right. And then the next part is the walls. Come on, face down. All right, that looks good. These extra walls I can put away. Frames I can put away. The iron should be ready for me any second. Although I have to keep an eye on my power levels, because as you can see, my battery is going down in power. I'm surprised this iron's still not done. So what next? We are going to want some more sheets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 at least. Come on, battery, hang in there. How much copper do we get? That's a decent amount. I think I'm right when I said 23, but that, given that it's an odd number, maybe I'm wrong. If I run out, I run out. All right, so now I am going around the base just to make sure everything's off for running out of power purposes. And let's get welding. So I'm also going to be able to recover some material from the walls that I had previously built. Nope, I counted right. Woo! Go me! I'm a dork. Oh, no, actually I didn't, because I didn't count those two back sections. Boo! I lose. Alright, so these here... I need, what, a crowbar to disassemble? Alright, let's disassemble these, because they're in my way now. I didn't, on my first night, have enough iron to build this wide. So I only... Oh! What was that? Go away, ghost. That was weird. It, like, flung everything I don't know what that was. Alright, we're completing the windows. Ghost of Venus. Yeah, apparently. You don't normally see stuff fling across. I guess it was a gust of wind or something. I don't know what it was. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know. I have no idea why my stuff started to fly around the room. Well, I don't like it. I need one more sheet. That's all I need. Boom. Done. I was off by one. Okay. So this is now airtight. I guess one nice to do would be to remove the dirt that's kind of like poking up through it. Come on. Just it looks cleaner, that's all. It's cosmetic only. Alright, then the rest of these walls, get rid of them. Alright, my power's bad. Let's go ahead and bring the oxygen and water tanks inside. So we're going to need to get a wrench and wrench these out. And then look for a grapple point. Whoa! Game. Was that necessary? Make sure, if that ever... Oh, God, where did it go, though? Oh, no. I don't know where it went. Sometimes the physics will be like, hey, guess what? Yeet! Like this. And, yeah. Autosave is the answer to that. Alright, so I'm bringing the oxygen and the water inside. There is a possibility of getting storms. I don't know if Venus storms exist, but if they do, you do not want storms to take your stuff away. So, another thing I'm going to do is grab some of the extra water and stick it in my suit. So there's my water. And I made sure to hit my jetpack when I got flung in the air. Come on, inside. I think it's easier to walk backwards than forwards. Oh, okay. I thought it was. Jesus, come on, man. Where's the interaction spot? All right, I'll get this one. Ah! There are bigger doors later on. So now we have our water and our oxygen inside. My real worry is the battery level that I have here. I'm going to use some of my smaller batteries for now. If I was truly worried, I could... Yeah, with the remaining night that I have, I'm going to mine up some copper just to top up my batteries. So I'm looking for gray or black, well, coal colored, because it is coal. Stone out here. Hard to spot. Oh, here it is. Here's some. Falling will kill you, yes. Oh, yes. Or at the very least, break your suit. And if you break your suit, you're going to need duct tape pronto. And then if you break your suit enough, you're just sort of dead. If you have a fully broken suit, not a pressurized environment, you're dead. There is no coming back from a suit rupture when you don't have a pressurized environment. This game will allow you, if you rupture your suit, to have a brief window where you can, like, run for cover and stay alive, but brief. It is brief. All right, so I'm getting the solid generator. The solid generator allows you to generate power via coal. And I'm going to stick my solid generator here. Maybe not, because that's sort of like half outside. Not that it really matters. It's just cosmetic, but here. And I do see the sun coming up. What else am I going to want inside? Oh, none of that stuff. Nope. All right, I'm going to start shepherding this stuff inside, because this is what I'm going to be using next. Oh, come on. Hey, music. And now let's crowbar ourselves indoors. I have to remind the music to play every now and then. Can you build upwards? Yes. Yes, you can. It's sometimes not cost effective to build upwards, and the ladders and stairs that go up are sometimes awkward to use. But there are some positive reasons to build upwards too. So some of the good reasons to build upwards would be, for instance, during sunrise, my plants, if I had a farm, get blocked initially by the sunlight. Oh, we're yellow mode now. And the higher my structure goes, the more sunlight they would immediately get. Much like how on the Burj Khalifa, or whatever the giant tower is, and, the sunrise is a bit earlier. So, yeah. Here is my water and my oxygen. Once I have a little bit of power in my batteries... Oh, let's do that right now, actually. So, to do that, what I need to do is wire the solid generator to above this APC, not below it. That is important. So, at this point here... And I might run out of cables, so I'll have to print up some more cables. Or I'll just have just enough. All right, so now I'm not fully reliant on solar power. Let's switch these up. And where's my coal? That was still in the belt, I think. Yep. All right, so this coal power, I can stick in here. And just to note, it will outgas some weird stuff. So I'll show you that. So right now in here, it's normal Venus atmosphere. So let's turn this on. And you can kind of see the ratio of gas change as the coal is burned. It burns pretty clean, but not perfectly clean. So it is generating, some moles of, unwanted gas or whatever. So, but more importantly, let's open up our network analyzer. And we have got this pushing 20 kilowatts into this battery here, which I'm going to switch my suit's battery out for soon. Burj Khalifa is in Dubai. Yeah, sounds right. I like this peaceful music. So the next project, as I alluded to, is going to be being able to refill my water bottles. So we start off with this tank of water that has 7.7 MPAs of water in it. Or I can point my network analyzer. Oh, I have mine. Okay. I can point my tablet with a atmospheric analyzer and it will tell me. It has 2.5 kilomoles of water in it. Hey, Battle Noodle. Welcome. So, for that project, we are going to need to wire up the hydraulic pipe bender, which means I am most assuredly going to need some additional cabling, because I basically ran out of cables. So, let's print up some cable coils. And I'm just trying to keep an eye on my battery, because if it goes full, I want to turn off the coal. I want to turn off the coal generator because there's... Oh, I ran out of coal anyway, so it's moot. All right, this is enough for now. So here's the pipe bender. Now, yep, it's still charging. So it's still charging because of my solar panel. So that's good. The other battery was at 92%. So I'm trying to move the batteries around so that I don't have batteries that get full and then I'm not storing power. Speaking of which, we can go back to smelting now that I actually have some power. So on the hydraulic pipe bender, oh, is this too close? All right, it's usable, but it's really close to the wall. On this hydraulic pipe bender, I am going to bend myself a, what is it called? A tank connector. So that is 5 iron. And it has to be the liquid tank connector. There's 2 types now with the hydration update. There's one for water and one for gas. And then make sure that the tank connector points outwards like this. All right. And then let's pick this up, put it on the tank connector. Ta-da. And then wrench it down. Grab a wrench, wrench it down. Now, any pipes, liquid pipes that I connect here, the water will flow out of this and into the pipes. So that's cool. Come on, music. Stop fighting me. Huh, I switched that battery at 99%. All right, so then that's not enough. I am also going to need a water bottle filler. I think it basically has that as a name. There's the water bottles, and then here's the water bottle filler. So that's silicon. I don't have any silicon, so I'm going to have to mine up some silicon once the temperature is safe. Let's continue to mine, or to continue to smelt, rather. Okay, and... the next big thing I'm going to have to print up after getting some water supply is likely going to be a furnace. Can I go outside? Yes, during the night, not during the day. During the night, it's only 100 C, it's only boiling, and my suit will protect me. During the day, it's 500 C, and my suit would get destroyed and I would die. So, during the day, I'm inside, and during the nighttime, I can be outside if I so choose. So how much iron do I have? I have 29, 3. I don't have a lot of iron. Is my uptime wrong? I should say 55 minutes ago. Whatever. Okay, so both my batteries are pretty much full, which is great. And that's just off of my one simple flat solar panel, because of how easy it is to utilize Venus solar power. Can I make an underground mine? I could. You can also have an auto miner. You can set up a miner to do the mining for you, so it doesn't necessarily require, manual input. But that's later tech, as you could probably guess. Yep, and there's a lot of tech here. I mean, so much so that you can even make a rocket ship eventually and blast off this planet if you so choose. So at this point, I think the sun is low enough in the sky that outdoor is safe. Let's double airlock just in case. Yep, only 136 out. Goodbye, sun. So I did say that I wanted silicon, so let's get some silicon while we can actually see what we're doing, because of course at nighttime it's going to be a lot harder. So this appears to be silicon. It is, and I only needed 8 of it, but I might as well get a stack. Any suits to withstand higher temps? Actually, I am in the higher temp suit already. So there is the typical normal suit. There's actually 3 suits in this game. One of them you only get if you die, which is the emergency suit, which allows you to survive briefly when you die. So the concept of death in this is you'll respawn in an emergency suit with, and it will give you just enough time to basically get to where you died and reclaim your stuff. There is a normal suit, and then there's a hard suit. Because of the ridiculous and dangerous temperatures of Venus, you start off with a hard suit. So I already have the upgraded suit. You can kind of see it says suit, hard suit right here. If you can read that, I know it's small. All right, I closed that behind me. Smat. I was smat. Okay, we literally just finished the smelting of that copper. So let's stick this silicon in. And my guy's complaining of being thirsty. Will this be YouTube later? Hit exclamation mark about. I even thought to include that information. Look at the last sentence. I thought of everything. All right, so what else are we gonna want? We are pretty low on copper. Well, we're not low on copper. We're low on iron. So let's hunt for iron. And then it wouldn't be a terrible idea for me to get a extra iron and coal in order to work towards steel. Steel is the first milestone of construction. You know what? I didn't realize. Yeah, I don't actually have research on. So we won't be doing the research mechanic because I can't turn that on the fly as far as I know. Yeah, I can't turn that on the fly. There is a way, there's a mechanic in the game that requires you to make research modules in order to like unlock tech, and I forgot to turn that on, and you can only do that at world start. It's like first revision, so it's not that complex of a system. So it's not that interesting or sexy. It's just like, oh, well, mine up a bunch of copper, coal, copper, iron, and gold to make research and stick it in the research machine. The research machine does take up space and does require a level of power, but it's pretty simple in its current form. I'm sure they'll expand upon it eventually. Other things that I need to keep an eye out is volatils like this. Volatils is sort of solid fuel that you can use when smelting and the like. So I need to get like maybe 250 iron or so. 150 of it is going to go into my steel, and then the other 100 I'm just going to smelt as building materials. Thank you for tuning in to the very first episode of Rhadamant Plays Stationeers Venus, which originally aired live on Twitch. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule, countdown timer, and links to Discord where you can sign up for Twitch announcements, and links to Twitch where you can follow for announcements. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. Keep in mind, there are still, of course, multiple hours left of this stream yet to air. Thank you all so very much for watching. I will catch you next episode. Farewell.